During a recession, people lose their jobs and spend less, so there's less business all around. When you add this to the fact that the cost of living is going up a lot and that inflation and interest rates are going up, the world looks pretty bad. Although the thought of a recession is scary, it brings about a lot of opportunities. Welcome to Abonvi. In today's video, we're going to show you how a recession is an opportunity for you to become rich. So stick to the video, keep watching, and let's dive in. What is a recession? A recession is when the economy slows down a lot and stays that way for months or even years. A country's economy is in a recession when its gross domestic product, GDP, goes down, unemployment goes up, retail sales go down, and measures of income and manufacturing go down for a long time. This is bad for the economy as a whole. To counter the threat, economies typically relax their monetary policies and inject more cash into the economy, sometimes known as expanding the money supply. The interest rates are lowered to make this happen. The most recent example of a recession is the one that happened in 2008. What causes recessions? There are many ways a recession can start, such as a sudden shock to the economy or the effects of out-of-control inflation. Some of these main things that cause a recession may include 1. A sudden change in the economy. An economic shock is a problem that comes out of nowhere and causes a lot of damage to the economy. In the 1970s, OPEC suddenly stopped sending oil to the US, which led to a recession and long lines at the gas stations. A more recent example of a sudden shock to the economy is the coronavirus outbreak, which shut down economies all over the world. 2. Too much debt. When people or businesses take on too much debt, the cost of paying it back can get so high that they can no longer pay their bills. The economy then crashes because more and more people stop paying their debts and go bankrupt. A great example of how too much debt can cause a recession is the housing bubble in the mid-2000s, which led to the Great Recession. 3. Asset bubbles. When people invest based on how they feel, bad things happen in the economy. During a strong economy, investors may have too much hope. Alan Greenspan, who used to be the head of the Fed, famously called this tendency irrational exuberance when he talked about the huge gains in the stock market in the late 1990s. Stock market or real estate bubbles are caused by irrational optimism. When the bubbles pop, panic selling can crash the market and cause a recession. 4. Too much inflation. When prices keep going up over time, this is called inflation. Inflation isn't bad in and of itself, but too much inflation is dangerous. Central banks keep inflation under control by raising interest rates, which slows down the economy. In the 1970s, inflation that got out of hand was a constant problem in the US. The Federal Reserve wanted to break the cycle, so it quickly raised interest rates, which led to a recession. 5. Too much deflation. Out-of-control inflation can cause a recession, but deflation can be even worse. Deflation is when prices go down over time. This makes wages go down, which makes prices go down even more. People and businesses stop spending when a deflationary feedback loop gets out of hand, which hurts the economy. Few tools are available to central banks and economists to fix the problems that lead to deflation. For most of the 1990s, Japan had problems with deflation, which led to a very bad recession. 6. Changes in technology. New inventions increase productivity and help the economy in the long run, but they can take some time to get used to in the short term. In the 19th century, there were many changes to technology that made work easier. Whole jobs were made useless by the Industrial Revolution, which led to recessions and hard times. Some economists worry that artificial intelligence, AI, and robots could cause recessions by taking away whole groups of jobs. How does a recession affect you? During a recession, the likelihood of losing your work increases along with the overall rate of joblessness. More people are out of work, which makes it harder to find a new job and more likely that you'll lose the one you have. People who keep their jobs may see their pay and benefits get cut, and it may be hard for them to get pay raises in the future. During a recession, investments in stocks, bonds, real estate, and other assets can lose money. This can hurt your savings and make it harder to retire when you want to. Even worse, if you lose your job and can't pay your bills, you may lose your home and other property. During a recession, business owners make less money and may even have to close their doors. During hard times, the government tries to help businesses, like with the PPP during the coronavirus crisis, but it's hard to keep everyone going when things are bad. During a recession, when more people can't pay their bills, mortgages, and car loans, other types of loans get harder to get. If you want to get a loan, you need a better credit score or a bigger down payment than you would in better economic times. How can you take advantage of a recession? However, recessions don't keep going on forever. Compared to the times when the economy is doing well, recessions don't last as long. On average, they last about a year. During a recession, you will have a lot of chances to make money, and you need to take advantage of them. 1. Businesses fail during a recession. In a recession, the businesses that fail are the ones that are badly run, have a lot of debt, or have costs that are out of control. These businesses won't last long because they won't have enough money and won't be able to borrow anymore. As the interest rate goes up, so does the cost of borrowing money. These businesses can't afford that cost, so they'll keep going until they run out of money and have to close. During a recession, companies that aren't profitable or aren't very good at what they do go out of business. This makes a hole in the market that other people can fill. Other businesses that are run well and have good finances will survive, but they need to keep buying, keep enough stock on hand, and keep filling orders from their customers. Some of their suppliers will definitely go out of business, forcing them to look for new ones. How is this an opportunity for you? You can quickly replace a business that has gone out of business if you know how to find products, find suppliers, negotiate terms, and import products and goods. Remember that when a business goes out of business, the people who used to shop there have to go somewhere else to buy things. They'll go to the businesses that stay in business, the ones that are well-run, efficient, and keep costs low. For the companies that are still around, there is a good chance that their business will grow as they take on customers from companies that have gone out of business. Don't be afraid to start a business even though the economy is bad. Watch for gaps in the market and know how to fill them, and you'll be ready to start your own business. Don't worry about a recession. Instead, look for ways to make money. 2. Recession is a buyer's market. During a recession, businesses and families both have to find ways to save money. They are in a tight spot and need money fast to pay off debts and loans and cover household costs. If you want to buy something, you can get a lot of good deals right now. Whether it's an extra stock that a business needs to sell to pay the bank, or computers, cell phones, or even cars, there will likely be more sellers than buyers. This means you might be able to get some great deals and start a business at a much lower cost than during boom times. Third-party suppliers like warehousing services may find they have too much space and are having trouble filling it, so they may offer lower prices for their warehousing services. This can lower your startup costs and help your business grow faster while keeping your costs low. How do you make sure your business survives a recession? Even though the markets are going down and there are fears of a recession, you shouldn't be afraid to start a business. You can follow these tips and combine them with determination and creativity to make the most of the economy and soar higher than you ever thought possible. 1. Have a business model that is evolving. Starting a business during a recession is hard because you have to compete with companies that have been around for a long time. During a recession, clients are less likely to take risks and try out the new kid on the block. So you need to understand how your potential customers think and come up with a business plan that can adapt to their needs. As a newcomer to an industry, you're in a better position to find the structural pain points, which you can then use to shape your strategy and show customers that you're the best choice. If you are flexible in how you run your business, you might cause a shift in the industry that will help you survive the market downturn. 2. Undercut the prices of your competitors. Whenever the economy is bad, people think most about money and how to spend less of it. It's important to know that most potential customers care about their bottom line. To take advantage of this way of thinking, be cheaper than your competitors in your industry. Even though being cheaper means less money in the short term, you can show your clients how good you are and build your reputation. Over time, you can build a strong customer base that will last. This means you'll have to be very careful with the money you make at first. Make sure you don't spend more than you can afford and put every dollar you earn to good use. 3. Add value to your business through innovation. If you want your business to stay in business, it needs to add real value to your field. Like in 2009, fear and panic are starting to spread, and many industries will start to get rid of low-value companies. Low value doesn't mean that they have low valuations. It means that they don't bring anything new or innovative to their industries, and if they go out of business, their industries won't be affected. People know that these companies aren't essential to their needs, so it's likely that they'll be among the first to go when the economy gets worse. If you can start a business with real substance, new ideas, and value in your field, you'll have a much better chance of doing well during a recession. 4. Place your business strategically. During this time of uncertainty, everyone is going through hard times. Companies will go out of business, budgets will get smaller, and the short-term outlook might look scary. But as an entrepreneur, you should look at this time as a leveling of the playing field because companies in all fields are starting to fall or lose market share. Try to be positive and see the glass as half full, because this is a great chance to grow your business by finding the right niche in your industry. Entrepreneurs should look for signs that their industries are starting to fall apart. Who is most likely to fail and why? Where do you think there will be gaps in the market? And how do you fit your business into that space? There are a lot of changes happening in the business world right now. And if you play your cards right, you can come out of the downturn with a winning hand. 5. Never give up on your business. Starting a business requires persistence at any time, but you'll need even more of it when the economy is bad because the problems and rejections you'll face will only get worse. If you have persistence, grit, and the ability to adapt to constantly changing market conditions, you can soar higher than you ever thought possible. Conclusion: many people all over the world are afraid of losing their jobs right now. It's a horrible way to feel and to live. there is no longer job security. You have to take care of your own future. Instead of worrying and being afraid of what will happen when the economy goes down, get your house in order and make a plan for how you will take advantage of the situation. How will you use this to start your own business and secure your own financial future? That's it for today. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.